Hello and welcome to Numeristical, bringing you the picks of the day, Wednesday, May 8th. It's 8:30 in the morning here, California time. Getting a little bit of a late start. I was on here before, but my kids woke up and I had to go deal with them. But let's get right into it and start, as always, by reviewing yesterday's picks. So yesterday we had one pick. We had the Phillies over the Blue Jays minus 119, and the Phillies won. And so with that, we are finally above even. We've more than broken even, and we're actually up half a unit for the season, which is pretty remarkable. If you've been watching this from the beginning, you know that actually we went first day we lost 3 units, 0 for 3, and proceeded down to be down 12 units very quickly, and since then have again sort of remarkably come back. So it just shows again, this is really more the swings of luck than anything about the model. This just shows you how swingy luck can be and how streaky things can be. Um, so anyway, but it feels nice. We're up half a unit, and let's go ahead and see what we got on tap for today. So first, the sides model. So we got a full slate of games plus a doubleheader. I've omitted the second game of the doubleheader because it had a pitcher that was not well known, and my code runs into issues when there's a doubleheader because it's hard to get things to join up sometimes. But anyway, here's the full set of games. Again, whenever there's a pitcher that doesn't have a lot of major league history, you want to be suspect. But then it's taken us to look at really just 2 games. So again, these bottom 2 games are just kind of a mistake from the join of the doubleheader. But the first one it says to take is they're all visiting teams. So it's saying take a look at the Tigers and take the Tigers if you can get 133 with Pinnacle showing 121. So let's go to Wager Talk, Tigers, Cleveland. Yeah, so it's showing 133. In fact, the line has moved, making it harder to bet. So let's just peek in here and see what Circa is showing as their history. So yeah, so you can see the line has actually come down. It was at 123, and now it's less. So we're not going to find a bet there. Next up is the Mets Cardinals. It's saying take 131 with Pinnacle showing 128. You know, just an hour and a half ago, this was showing Pinnacle showing like 144, and you were able to get it like almost 150. And now I don't even know if we're going to be able to get the 133 for the Mets, but let's take a look. Yeah, you can see they've all come down. So see, open at 145. So just look at the history here. Let's just look at let's look at Circa again and see the history. You see, this is at 150 last night, and even this morning was 146. So I did this early this morning. I had them at 146, but unfortunately now I don't have them, and the best we can get them is 130, and the model wants 133. I'm sorry, wrong page. Model wants 131, and it's at 130. So I'm gonna take it at 130, assuming, because I don't think we're actually gonna find another bet today. So let's take the Mets plus 130 at Circa, but I had them at like 140 something before. But we'll mark it down as 130. So Mets plus 130. And that's it. These two sides. I think it wouldn't come up to a bet anyway. So let's not worry about those games for now. Next up, we got the totals. Here's the full set of totals. Again, these got joined up weird. That's why you see the games 4 times. So kind of you could just ignore those games. But it's telling us to look at, again, really just one game now. The Phillies and Blue Jays over 8.5. Again, earlier, 2 hours ago, this was a little bit, there's a little bit more to look at, but things have moved. But let's see, Phillies, Blue Jays, yeah, it's saying 8.5, but it wants better than even money. So we're probably not going to find a bet because it's only showing 118. But let's just take a look at the Phillies, Blue Jays, the totals. Yeah, and you see we're getting nothing near even money here, so we're not going to take a bet there. So nothing on the totals. I'm going to introduce today one thing I just got going that I'm going to start making picks on, but I'm going to record them separately, which is spreads. So I just started a new model that, or just kind of got it really operationalized, the model for spreads. So here you see, here's the list of games for today. You can see most of the time the home team, the spread is minus 1.5 on the home team. Usually the home team is favored. Occasionally it's the home team is an underdog. So they'll get 1.5 runs. And here you can see again, the price that we're finding now, the spread that you need. So this is what the model wants to make a bet. This is what the price is now, and you can see a bunch more of the probabilities and so forth, and the same thing on the away side. So I got this running, and for today it's saying, again, it's really just showing us one game. These they didn't match up, so it's just the Angels and the Pirates. It actually likes the Pirates minus 1.5 if you can get 164. And this was kind of close, but no cigar last time I looked. So let's go on over to Wager Talk to see if things have moved at all. So here you see the Pirates. Now, one thing to note on the spreads here for Wager Talk, you see they leave out the 1. So when it says like minus 1.5 plus 55, they really mean plus 155, and you can see that there when you click in, you can see the spreads and you can see the full numbers. So just to be aware, that's just how they display it on Wager Talk. So I'm not making stuff up. So we're looking for 164, and you see we're not going to get it. We're going to get 160 is the best we'll be able to get, minus 1.5 on the Pirates. And this model, I'm going to track it separately. I'm going to start making picks with this model. There's no picks for it today. I'm going to track them separately, though, because I have not back tested the spreads model against the odds because I did not have historical spread odds data. So I have a little less confidence. I think it should still work. I mean, it's close enough to the money line idea. But I have not tested against the odds. But I think it has a lot of potential because there's an adjustment you want to make between, I think the probability this team is going to win the game outright is, let's say 55%. And then the bookies make some adjustments saying, well, the probability that they'll win by 2 runs or more then is, some smaller number. But that adjustment is going to vary depending on a bunch of things, right? If it's sort of a game of 2 ace pitchers, you'd expect a lower scoring game, so it's going to be harder to win by 2. So, so that in that case, the probability should go down a lot between what you bet minus 1.5 and what you bet money line. But on the other hand, if it's a very high scoring game, then if you win, you're probably going to win by 2, so there'd be a smaller differential. And I think this is something that machine learning would be particularly good at picking up on, just learning that adjustment and number from data rather than kind of using hunches or feel. So we're going to start taking picks on that. I'll track them separately. And that's it. But for today, yeah, we just got the one pick today. Is the Mets plus 130. And that number should have been higher, but such is life. And that's it for today. Keep watching. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.